deal with a distortion. So if I see this document, I'm entitled to give the interpretation that has been given to it. You also came to the same understanding, which led to the ministry, the Education Service, writing to you and saying that we must provide a certain cultural context to our understanding of sexuality education. So can you blame them? Can you blame the clergy? Can you blame Fuamoni and the rest for thinking the way they think about these guidelines?
Well, I think that the most important thing is for us to recognize that, I mean, this is a draft document that is not finalized. What it means is that it's going through some process of review.
Which is a draft document?
This document. It's not an approved document.
You mean this is a draft document?
It's not an approved document. Yeah.
No, many will not understand this.
Yes, this is not an approved document.
Okay.
This document is not approved, and the National Council for Curriculum Assessment has not approved this document.
When the Director General of the Ghana Education Service was providing the forward, he was under the impression that you are communicating now that this is a draft and not the document?
Yes, exactly. That is the most reason why it's written that a certain insertion be made, because it is not finalized.
Is that an afterthought?
Not at all.
After the protest?
Not at all. No. This issue came out just a couple of weeks ago.
Is there anything? Forgive me. Is there anything at all in this guideline that would tell me that this is a draft, so that when I read it, I don't come to the, the point and the state that the people who are angry are?
The practice is that Ghana Education Service, anytime they forward a document, it is signed. So this document is guidelines for the enhanced school health program. And you have the preface, forward, whatever you can call it, signed by the then Director General, Jacob Cole.
Okay.
This document is called Guidelines for Prevention of Pregnancy Among Schoolgirls and Facilitation of Re-entry into school after childbirth. And in this document, this document was also forwarded by Professor Kwesi Opoku-Amankwah, the current Director General. It's been signed.
Okay.
And the
what you're seeking to demonstrate is what?
I seek to demonstrate is that in Ghana Education Service, all their finalized documents are signed.
Okay.
And so any document that finds itself in the public, which is not signed, clearly suggests that they have not agreed completely to the content, and the document is not ready to go outside.
You're saying that the culture in this sector is that you can spend so much money of the taxpayers' money to do a book in this form. It's a nice hard copy, and it's very bright. And that you do it this way. In fact, the pages are not ordinary paper, copies. That you do this, and this is draft.
Yeah, this is a dummy. I'll show you.
This is a dummy.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Look at this, this document. What do you see there? That's a curriculum.
This mathematics curriculum for primary schools, basic 1 to 3.
That's a document.
Ministry of Education, 2019.
If you hold it now, you will see this is the original document. This is not the original document.
Okay.
See the final one. The final one we have, which is the final one in schools. You have Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Education.
Okay.
And then you have the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment of Ministry of Education. See this.
This is National Council for Curriculum and Assessment.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
That you can see here.
Okay.
But
the point I'm trying
at the top
is it coming from you?
At the top two, there's Ministry of Education, and you say here we ought to have had that in the brackets.
Exactly. So I'm trying to make a point that
this is not finalized. This is finalized.
But this is coming from them.
That's
both
the point.
of them are coming from
yes,
them.
that's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that.
So this is signed.
No, this is. I'm just trying to tell you that you can have a dummy document in this form, colored in the way you were just talking about.
Okay.
It's still dummy. The printers can print it in a way that would you can see when it's finalized. So that if you have an issue,
you gave us a very significant point to determine what is a draft and what is a final one.
Exactly.
Which first is that it's been signed.
Yes.
By the Director General of the Education Service. So I'm asking, this mathematics example you are giving, curriculum example you are giving, this is a draft. So we won't find it being signed. The one that is finalized.
This
would be
document
signed.
has no signature at all.
Okay.
There are no issues on signature at all. But I'm just making the point that it is possible, I mean, as we do, when you finish, when a draft document is being printed, you can print a dummy one, which looks exactly like the original one. And once you are done, then you can, have the original one.
And you are
outside.
emphasizing
that
when you print it, you never suggest anywhere in the draft that it's a draft.
No, this is not a finalized document because there are processes that you have to go through. We haven't gone through that process.
What I'm asking is that when I pick that document, there's nothing that will show me that it is draft, because I'm looking at this. Until your explanation, I won't take this to be a draft. Exactly. This one too that Fuamoni and others are angry about, there is nothing in it that shows that it's a draft. So how do you do that?
So that is why this document was actually not in the public domain.
Okay.
Because it is not a final document. It has been there for over a year now. It is not in the public domain. How it got out, it's quite difficult to understand.
Just a minute.